welcome to yet another episode of Practically Friends podcast. I want to welcome, as always, Don motherfucker Johnson.
What's good?
And his, I don't know, brother from another mother with the same name, Jaiden, over here.
What's up?
Yeah, there we go. Everybody's sounding pretty good now since we did a fucking sound test first. Kudos for us for actually being professional.
Hell yeah.
I want to start off real quick by saying thank you for finding out about an RSS. We are going to be published everywhere you can find podcasts here very shortly.
This includes Apple Music, Tidal, Spotify,
Amazon, Mamazon, yeah.
Every streaming platform you can think of.
Yeah. So we're really excited about. I'm really excited about that.
This is going to be a hoot and a holler.
It already is.
I'm gonna get a fucking cattle prod, and every time you say hoot and holler, I'm gonna reach over and fucking spike you.
Please.
Please do, Daddy.
Please.
What?
He wants to be branded.
Crickets.
Do you want a producer job?
What am I,
Jaiden?
Pete Davidson?
Because
Pete
I
Davidson?
think I may have just fired him. But obviously everybody's heard about this Will Smith, Chris Rock thing, and I think that it's a perfect segue into the topic that my co-host and producer wants to talk about mental health and like healing in every sense of the word. So.
Yeah, I mean, I think that mental health is a very important thing. I mean, you can't work without mental health. You know, without having a good
You can't
stability.
function without it, yeah.
You can't go through life without, having a strong hold on your mental. I mean, and that's where we go into working out and going to the gym, because it really does boost your confidence. It boosts a lot of different things. I mean, it gives you dopamine. It provides a lot of just positives in your life. Having a routine.
Was it serotonin and stuff like that?
Yeah, serotonin, dopamine. It's a really important thing. I think a lot of people miss out on working out, and they miss out on the positive repercussions of it,
Yeah, I think. I think the biggest thing that stops people is they compare themselves to others, like as far as progress goes. And
that's fucked up.
People get too wrapped up in the status quo.
Well, like where they start off at, and they compare themselves to someone who's been working out for years. And, at the end of the day, it's not about where you start, but it's like...
It's where you finish.
Yeah.
And how you feel during the journey.
Yeah. When you're done working out, it's about how far you've come and the progress that you've made in that time being. It's not necessarily something that you should compare to someone else, at least as far as I can see. At least when I'm in the gym, I'm not there to compare to somebody else.
And in America, we get so quickly
fixated on perfection.
Yeah, I mean, in America, everything's always good. So we're thinking about perfection and trying to think about, where we are mentally.
You know what that is?
What? Go ahead.
Oh, whoops.
Enlighten me.
Sad. All right, go ahead.
It is sad. I mean, a lot of people, there's people that kill themselves over not, having a strong self-confidence.
Not having a narrow enough waist, not having,
yeah,
decent hair. I mean, it's ridiculous.
There's even people that are scared to even go to the gym because they're not as big as someone else that's going to be in there. It's like at the end of the day, it's like there's always going to be someone that's bigger than you. Like you're never going to be the biggest in the gym.
There's always another. There's always a bigger fish.
It's the same way when people look at their neighbors and they have a bigger boat than them, a bigger garage.
And it's like
than
a
them.
constant pissing contest. Like, I have a better lawn. I was like, well, I have a bigger boat.
Yeah.
Okay, well, now I'm going to fuck your wife.
Right.
And I mean, if you are the biggest in the gym, congrats to you. But it's like,
what does that get you?
Exactly. That's not what it's about.
And that doubles back to his point, is mental health. If you're happy with yourself, you don't have to be the biggest guy in the gym.
You have
right.
Yeah. The mental and the physical happiness has to coincide.
You should be happy to see people that are bigger than you, because those guys have been working longer than you, or those women have been working longer.
It should give you motivation.
Yeah.
You know, because it motivates me whenever I used to work at Planet Fitness and I would see people that were overweight go in the gym and then try and better themselves, go on the treadmill, you know, what have you. And it's like the most beautiful thing because it's like these people will just want to try and better themselves and try and.
The fact that they're like trying and sticking with it is like more impressive than like the bulky fuckers.
And you got to have a lot of respect for them. You know, like it's.
And the thing is that right out of high school, like, because like I told you guys before, that I was in weight training, and I shot to get into weight training, and I was pretty fucking stocky, you know, by the time I graduated. You know, I was, 155? I could bench, like, 250. Like, I was up there.
Yeah.
And I could, was it incline leg press, like, 880? Like, I was like,
good.
Yeah. But, like, as soon as I Mark. But like I actually tried to, you know, get a gym membership because I knew that if I didn't like keep with it, I was gonna turn into what I am now, you know. And every time I went into that gym, whether it be on the bike or the treadmill or whatever machine, like I felt so self-conscious, dude. Like it was very different. Like, see, there I am saying like again. I need to get out of that fucking habit.
Go ahead and finish your
yeah,
thought.
but no, like, see, fuck. Going into that gym with the common public, whatever,
It's tough.
is a lot different than
For sure.
going in to first period every day and like trying to earn a grade, you know.
For sure.
And I think that is the most of the reason why I bulked up the way I did. And it's kind of I wish I had the motivation y'all do.
Well, and that's why, like, I enjoy trying to motivate the younger people I see in the gym because, like, I know it takes a while for those guys to see the results that they're looking for, the results that they're working for.
Yeah.
And so I try to make it, like, a point to, like, if I'm in the locker room with them, like, hey, like, I see you in here a lot, like.
How you feeling? You having any issues? What's going on?
Yeah. Keep working on all the shit that you're working on. Like, it's going to pay off because, like, a lot of people, like, they see me with the shirt on, like, oh, whatever, like, he goes to the gym. But when I take my shirt off, I get a lot of...
That is the most nonchalant brag I've ever heard in my life.
Well, it's
I'm
true.
kidding,
It's
I'm
true.
kidding.
Like, when I'm in the locker room, I like to flex, whatever. Like, I like to look at myself in the mirror, see the progress.
When
Well,
you
yeah,
get to, when
obviously.
you get to that point where your body's in the best shape,
Oh, dude, trust me, I'm guilty of
you
it
know,
too.
you get it, you really want to show it off like as an award. I mean, it really is.
Well,
It's
I mean,
hard work.
even today, like, when I was at the gym, I had a kid, you know, put his fist out, and I was like, what's up? And he's like, man, like, you look big as fuck. And, like, I'm not trying to brag, but it's like, I appreciate the compliment. But
Yeah.
I told him, like, you know, I want to keep seeing you in here. Like, at the end of the day, I'm not trying to be the biggest in the gym. That's not what it's about to me. I want to motivate other people to keep working.
You ever
know.
thought about pursuing the career of being a personal trainer?
Yeah, that's something that I'm in the process of going after.
Really?
Yeah, especially like coaching. Like, I know what I do works for me, and so you know, I have people, you know, text me on Snapchat, text me on iMessage, whatever, and I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, I'm not gonna tell you what I do. Like, I'll describe as deeply as I can, you know, the sets that I do, the reps that I do, you know, how hard I work, because I was at a place once when I wasn't happy with where I was at.
Yeah.
And, you know, I started working out, and I wasn't thinking about, like, oh, I could be, like, this big or that big. Like, I just didn't want to be out of shape.
Oh.
And it reached the point where, like, I am in good shape, but it's, like, that's not what it's about to me. Like, I'm not worried.
It's more of a mental health thing.
Yeah, like, I feel great, you know. I can blow off steam. I can, you know, get my workout in. I can feel great for the rest of the day. Like,
It's almost like your own personal way of getting close to Zen.
for sure.
Trying to find inner peace.
Yeah.
But I find more inner peace being able to, like, talk to kids that I see in there all the time, especially that are younger than me, because I could have used someone that was older than me saying, like, hey, like, I recognize that you're in the gym a lot, and, like, maybe you're not seeing the results you want right away, but, like, I see the work that you're putting in. Like, keep going. Like, I like to try to say that as much as I possibly can, even if I don't know the kid. Like, especially if someone comes up and compliments me, because I don't go to the gym for compliments. I'm happy with where I'm at.
Well, if they're nice enough to come up and, like, recognize your work and effort, you want to return that. I think, and what I was about to say, and he saw me, I was about to interrupt you, but I stopped. I'm
Go
getting
ahead.
better. But I think maybe, like the...
Have a cig.
Yeah, here you go.
Appreciate it.
I think maybe like that personal trainer thing would be perfect for you, because it affected you so well, and you have such a positive outlook on that, and you've gone through it, and you want to help other people, and I think that'd be perfect for you. Almost.
And Jaiden is one of those guys, like,
The thing is, like, I'm not even.
He
like,
motivates me to go to the gym.
I'm not certified to be a personal trainer, and that's something I want to be certified for. And, like,
yeah, something you
that's something that's
should
going to
consider
be in the
for
works.
sure.
But I think at the end of the day, like, I've done so much research for myself, for my own knowledge, to understand, like,
Why not share it?
exactly. And so, like, it's one of those things where, like, anytime someone asks me, I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, like, I don't beat around the bush. Like, I'm going to tell you exactly what I do.
You want to go out back and wrestle and see who's stronger?
Exactly. It's not like that. Like, I really want to see, like, everybody reach their full potential, especially the kids that are younger than me. And, like I said, like, today I had a kid come up. He put out his fist, and I was like, what's up? And he's like, dude, you look big as fuck. And it's like, that's not what it's about for me. But, like, at the same time, that gives me the opportunity to be like, hey, like, I see you in the gym a lot, and, like, I want to keep seeing you in the gym.
You
like,
see that spark, that spark that you had. You see that in somebody else, and you want to help
Try
them.
and cultivate
exactly.
it.
Like,
Yeah, exactly. Cultivate and then build upon that. You want to help other people.
Like,
I seriously think that that's your calling.
Like, I of course appreciate the compliment, but, like, that's not what it's about for me. And at the end of the day, I want to see.
That's the third time you said that.
I know, but I want to see that same kid, like, be in the gym every day.
Blossom.
Like, the same kid that compliments me. I want to see him in the gym working with me, like, whether he's doing what I'm doing or whatever. He's doing his own shit.
I feel like we're going in semicircles here.
I mean, yeah, but it's a very important thing. I mean, when you work out, you really do feel better about yourself.
Well, and it's tough, especially for kids that are still in high school, like, especially if they're not, like, the most genetically, like,
Gifted.
exactly. Those kids definitely go into the gym, and they're looking for instant results, and they're not always going to get that. Like, some people, it takes years to finally get to where they want to be.
Yeah.
Especially for me, like, I didn't instantly look how I wanted to look. I didn't ever look how I wanted to look in high school. That's why I started going to the gym after high school.
I was the opposite. I looked better in high school than I ever did in my life. I grew up as a little chubby kid, and now I told myself I'd never get over 200, and now I am, and I hate myself for it. Because that was 155, dude.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was like I had a bit of a heartbreak, and I graduated high school, and I was looking at myself in the mirror.
Well, that goes to that whole cliche saying, like, it'll either make you or break you.
Yeah.
And it made you.
It definitely made me.
And respect for that.
Yeah, I love the gym because it's taught me a lot. I mean, I don't even know how to put it into words. Like I said, like, I love that people compliment me. Obviously, like, that's good for my ego. I'm not trying to be self-centered. But I try to make it a point, to be like, hey, like, I see you in here a lot.
You appreciate it, but you still try and be humble.
Yeah, I mean, I don't do it for the compliments.
That's respectable.
I mean, even if a kid doesn't compliment me, if I see a kid in the gym a lot, I want to be like, hey, like I see you in here a lot.
You want to give them a little positive reinforcement.
Because it took me years to get, since
Yeah.
8th grade. 6+ years of working out in the gym. Like, I didn't instantly get to where I wanted to be, and I know that, like, especially in high school, I wasn't the biggest or strongest. But I kept grinding, and it was tough because, like, I compared myself to others in high school, especially.
Everybody does in those years.
Being
It
on
looks
the
like you were
football
about
team.
to want to say something.
Yeah, no, people that are in high school, they really do compare themselves to other people,
To a fault.
you know, and it's really shitty because people will bring themselves down because they'll look at other people. There are also people out there that'll look at other people and get motivated by it.
I think that's that whole thing is probably one of the root causes of possible like acute mental illness.
Yeah.
Because
sure.
like, you know, if you, I mean, yes, high school's hard, and you have to, like, you have that choice of either conforming, or, you know, selecting what group you're gonna click with, and this, that, and the other thing. It's just, man.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it does. It doesn't matter.
doesn't
But
matter.
the thing is that as much you can't tell somebody in high school that it doesn't matter because they're tunnel visioned at that point.
Right.
And the thing is that, you know, some people are mentally stronger than others.
Right.
You know.
Because at the end of the day, you only have you. When you become an adult, you only have you.
But then on top of that, at that time, and I'm sure you guys can relate, is that at that time, all that matters is your fucking friends.
True.
Yeah, that's just part of growing up.
And when it comes to friends, I'm not talking about the sitcom, by the way. I'm talking about actual friends. I feel like I had to clarify that. But people, your actual friends should motivate you to want to become like better yourself.
And you shouldn't have to go out of your way to actually keep them too. You know.
So to transition, I want to ask, like, especially to you two, as far as mental health goes, like, what are tips that you would give somebody as far as mental health goes? I mean, you two are both like different, like physically and like mentally. What motivates you?
See, audience, he's calling me fat already.
No, not at all.
You took
But
that
I
the
am.
wrong way.
But
That bitch is fat.
but you all have different motivations and what you see as, you know.
Well, see, that's a whole nother conversation because right now my motivation is this project right here, is this podcast. My motivation before I had to come up here and take care of my dad when he got sick, and before he passed away, was pursuing the family life, you know, and that got me into trouble, you know, a few times, and I worked out before, during, and after that. I mean, but to answer your question, when it comes to like advice
For mental health.
yeah,
Not
no,
as far as
I'm getting
physical
there.
health.
I'm getting there. Is to think that, don't think that you're too good for therapy or for,
I agree with that.
because I'm going through talk space.
I had to go to therapy, you know, even in high school. My mom took me to therapy. And it wasn't so, I mean, my dad died Christmas morning when I was like 9 years old.
I'm sorry about that.
I was opening
My dad passed on December 1st, so
Yeah, I was opening presents, and like, you know, I technically call my stepdad my dad.
Yeah.
He's been around since I was 2 years old, but my real dad, I was 9 years old opening presents, and I got the news that like he had passed.
yeah.
And so I think that's part of, you know, as far as mentally motivating me. You know, I have something to live up to.
Something to strive for.
He didn't necessarily reach his full potential, and I think he saw my mom building a life with my stepdad, and
He wanted to contribute and build upon that. Yeah.
I think
He sounds like an honorable guy.
I don't want to talk bad about my dad, but basically, like, he was a nurse, and he was he ended up taking pills from patients, and he lost his nursing license.
Like that, was that nurse whatever show? Not Ratchet, but Nurse whatever.
And at the same time, my mom was, having kids and building a life with my stepdad.
Yeah.
And I think it gave him a perspective of, like, he had more to live up to. And I think that's ultimately, like, what got him hooked on pills, especially when he lost his nursing license. I think he just
It just
loose.
snowballed from there, yeah. But to go back to your original question about, like, what advice one would give
For mental health.
Yeah, for mental health.
Even if
it's, I think it's like almost like shoes. Like, some people like boots, some people like sneakers, some people like Crocs, whatever. But and then on top of that, there's different sizes. Okay, it's a custom plan for each person.
sure.
Everybody's a snowflake fingerprint. And I think in the journey to mental health is you need to figure out, like, the first step is to figure out, or, well, at least a knowledge that you might need some help.
For sure.
Even if you
That's the first step, is admitting.
Admitting, yeah. But the thing is that you may not be as traumatized, like, as, like, I have in the last, like, 2 years, or like any of y'all. Even if they have a decent, upbringing, and there's not really any, like, actual evidence, I think that psychoanalysis or therapy could behoove anybody, because it makes you self-aware.
Yeah, I think hardships.
And then the thing is that if you need more, then you need to discover that on your own. And the fact that you took that first step and you discovered that through that first part of therapy, that is the key to mental health. That, and try and rediscover what makes you happy. I used to love working on cars. Now I can't be bothered. Like before, like when Dad passed away, I didn't work for about a year. I literally stayed in this house. I didn't leave unless I absolutely had to. And it took friends and family to push me into going to work. And I'm grateful for that, and I realized that.
Yeah.
And I was doing therapy before the work started.
I think hardships can make or break a person. And I think it's as far as, like,
And
just depending on your
mindset. And just because it may break, like, instead of making it breaks you, that doesn't demean you as a person.
that doesn't mean you're done.
No, not at all. If anything, that actually makes you stronger. But the thing is, you have to keep at it. That you have to pursue mental health in any which way but loose. Like I said, like hobbies, friends, surround yourself with friends, positive people, and then, pursue therapy, and try and find something that makes you at least grin,
Yeah, I think for the longest time I was trying to figure out what my, quote unquote purpose was.
Yeah.
And
I struggled with that before I got into depression.
And I was trying to figure out, like, where my place was in society and, what I could contribute. And I think working out by myself, and I mean, a lot of nights it would be 1, 2 a.m. and I'm working out by myself. And I think that made me. I don't think it broke me. I think, like losing my dad, I think it gave me an opportunity to, like, pass on his legacy
and grow
in a different way, because he didn't get a chance to really build a legacy, and it gives me the opportunity.
Man, that's hit me right in the feels, dude.
And I don't even have his last name. Like, I changed my last name to my stepdad's last name, and I used to be Jaiden James, and now I'm Jaiden Mingus.
That's not uncommon. You shouldn't feel bad about that.
Yeah, I don't feel bad about it. But I still have my real dad's blood, and so like
That's what matters.
that's something I think about, and that's something that motivates me.
There you go.
You know, at the end of the day, like, you know, when I die, I know that I have his blood. I know that, you know, hopefully any kids that I have, you know, they're going to have his blood. And I hope that, you know, there's something that's bigger that can be built from that. I hope
You want to rebuild the legacy, is what you're saying.
I'm the same way. I want to rebuild my family's legacy.
And the thing is that I spent the last 15 years of my life trying to find a woman that would, you know, treat me right, and then I could build a family out of. I've been married before. I've divorced her a year after we got married. And I spent, damn near a decade with the person that I shouldn't name because the rules. And that person had a daughter, and I was about to fucking adopt her.
It takes a lot of heart.
And like that was from age 3 or 4 to age 9.
Yeah, I was about like 8 or 9 when.
So you can see it from that end of the spectrum. And
yeah,
I was trying to be the parent there.
You know.
Go ahead.
When my dad finally passed, you know, I mean, I think I was maybe a little too young, but like my mom and stepdad brought up the topic of like, hey, like maybe you should change your last name to your stepdad's. Like he's always been in your life. And
what did that make you? How did that make you feel? You said that she suggested that?
It was more of like my mom coming to me and saying like, you know, hey, like, you know, like obviously we love your dad, and it's terrible that he's not around anymore. But it's like my stepdad has been there since I was 2 years old.
Okay, yeah, I didn't know if it was like a negative pressure type situation. That's why I was asking.
I mean, I think if I was older, I probably would not have changed my last name, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
But it's nothing to hold against my stepdad. Like, I mean, he's been more of a dad than I could have ever asked for. You know, without him, like, it would have been just my mom.
I completely understand because I have a stepdad still, and I love him to death. And I tried calling him dad once. It didn't feel right, you know, but Cliff is Cliff, and, and I loved him dearly.
The thing is, like, you know, when my real dad was still alive, you know, like my parents had split custody or whatever, and there was one time I got dropped off at my mom's house, and I called my stepdad dad right in front of my actual dad.
Oh yeah.
And he actually took it really well. He told my mom that, like, you know, my stepdad deserves to have that title. You know, he's a big part of my life. And I think if I was older, I probably wouldn't have changed my last name just for the namesake.
Yeah. Well, you can always change it back. That actually reminds me of a story where when my mom and Cliff first got together, and they was still up here, by the way. You know, and it was one of those times where my dad came to pick me up to stay here for like the Wednesday or the weekend or what have you. Yeah. And
Spartans.
No, not until it's done right. Spartans.
Jen. Spartans.
Bare Naked Ladies.
Oh.
Bare Naked Ladies is a great band. I'm going to take a piss. Goddamn.
Anyways, no, I remember it was when my mom and Cliff were like finally getting serious and shit. Oh, maybe, you know what? It might have been when they went down to Florida to elope, and they came back up. And then that's when we moved down to Florida. They eloped down in Florida, so they didn't have to do the paperwork twice.
Elope as in...
Elope as in, like, they...
conceive a child.
They went away to get married.
Oh.
And that's what eloping is.
Okay.
Okay. So, and the thing is that my dad and my mom did the same thing for Hawaii. Remember what I was telling you about the Marlins?
And Cliff was your stepdad?
Still is.
Okay.
Yeah. And I don't think I'd be the man I am today without him. I love him to death.
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. He's a good dude, man. He's a good old farm boy. I like if his voice ever comes back, I want him to sit down here and talk to us about
Yeah, like bitch ass.
Welcome to Practically Friends. Practically Friends. Practically Friends. Practically Friends. You're a baby idiot. Damn, it's good. Practically Friends.
All right, we're back. No, but yeah, Cliff, dude, I remember whenever Mom and Cliff got like first together and they eloped, and like I actually started to try and bond with him and all that. I actually opened up to him and said I really I was a little kid, like maybe like 5, 6, if that. And I said, I really wish my mom and dad would get back together. And I didn't learn until like at least a year or two after. My mom told me that that actually made him like weep and cry.
Oh, shit.
That has to go to show you how good of a guy Cliff is. And he's been helping me out ever since then, financially, teaching me how to drive. I mean, you got to tip your hat to a guy that's willing to go through all that.
Yeah.
And because he loves my mother that much, you know.
I
When,
definitely.
when she was up here,
Kyle, that's beautiful.
when she was up here, he would call 4 to 5 times a day with no voice. His throat is fucked right now. He's talking about it like this right now. Call 4 to 5 times a day to check in. He's a hell of a guy, and I love him to death.
I definitely relate to that. Like I was saying, like my stepdad has been in my life since I was 2 years old, and I've had his last name since I was 9.
Yeah.
But like at the end of the day, like he taught me to respect women, and it's one of those things. Like not even just women, but like anybody that's older than me, like you treat them with a certain type of
Be
respect.
respectful in general.
Anybody that's older than you, it doesn't matter if it's a year, it doesn't matter if it's 10 years, it doesn't matter if it's 20 years. Like,
avert your eyes, peasant.
I feel like he was talking to me in that too.
you treat people that are older than you with a certain type of respect.
Yeah.
And
because they have more wisdom and knowledge under their belt.
I think my
And
real
plus,
dad.
they've been through enough, guys, right?
I think
Sure.
the downfall of my real dad was like he really saw the life that my real mom was building with my stepdad, and
That broke his heart.
I have 3 siblings that were all from my stepdad, and they're all younger than me, so I'm the oldest in the family,
Yeah.
obviously. And I love all my siblings, obviously, endlessly. Like I couldn't describe, how much love
Unconditionally.
I have. Yeah, I couldn't describe how much love I have for my siblings, and I think at the end of the day, I probably wouldn't have changed my last name if it came down to it, especially if I was, this age right now. But I also don't regret it.
Here's the question you got to ask yourself, though. I'm sorry to cut you off.
Go ahead.
But I think maybe from hearing your story there, are you happy with how you turned out?
I'm not disappointed.
Obviously, you're not going to be completely satisfied unless,
Yeah,
you're fucking like internet mogul or whatever. But are you happy with yourself in that seat right now?
I'm not
No,
disappointed.
quick.
I'm not disappointed. I'm not happy with myself because I hold myself to the highest of standards. I don't think the potential that I could reach is quite there.
I disappoint myself all the time. I set too high of standards. When I fall short of that, it's like
I don't put myself down, but like
Okay, then I would classify that as you're happy with yourself because you can strive to those goals that you set for yourself.
exactly like
Okay, so
I'm proud of the progress that I've made as far
person,
as like mentally and as far as physically.
yeah.
I think that like I'm in a pretty good place. But like at the end of the day, like there's part of me that wants to like still carry on my dad's last name because there's no one else.
Well,
I was his only son.
I'm my dad's only son. I'm the last one of my name.
So you relate to that, but
why do you think I really wanted to pursue, and that's the thing that I probably didn't finish talking about was I spent all that time, trying to pursue a family life. I ended up having I divorced my ex-wife.
oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
thought
I
she
divorced her.
I thought she divorced you.
No, I divorced her.
Oh,
I split the tax return with her, gave her all of her furniture back, and my dad went to court with me.
wow.
And she didn't show because she was already in cahootery with somebody else.
That's fucked.
yeah, I
And
think
then get this. Nate came to my apartment out in Jeff,
Yeah.
and we made like a long weekend, just
Right.
getting wasted, ordering food and like watching movies, going to go see movies. And one day, my ex-wife, knocked on my door. I opened it up, and she's bleeding all the way down her arm.
What the fuck?
Yeah. This is the same one that tried to stab me in the stomach with a knife, by the way.
What the fuck?
And the same apartment.
I can say
and she's like,
love will do you crazy things to
Oh, yeah.
anybody.
and she's like, it's like, hey Kyle, how you doing? just like nothing's going on. I'm like, what? You know why she was bleeding out of her arm?
I don't even know if I want to know why, but go ahead and tell
She
me.
carved out the Implanon birth control tablet that I was with her when she got it put in. She carved it out because she was that convinced that she wanted to be with, well, fuck you, Mike. Yeah, Mike.
Fuck Mike.
And the thing is that I patched her up, sent her on her way, right?
Right.
And even to this day, I talked to her. We're good now, and she's sober, and she has a daughter now, and
You're
she's
hitting me right in the heart.
and she's doing
Yeah.
great. But get this, is that not only does she hate her husband, the guy that
Yeah.
she ended up with,
Yeah.
my ex-mother-in-law,
Oh,
her
shit.
mother, and will always say, "This is like I can't believe that she just wouldn't just stay with you." Mike's an asshole. And it's like, I love you too, Babs.
Shut up, Babs.
so I have
Babs is cool.
Yeah.
it's interesting that you bring up a story like that. So my high school sweetheart, quote unquote, I dated her for about 3 years, and it was to nobody's fault but my own that we broke up.
Yeah.
I actually cheated on her, and she,
Oh, wow. Dude, this is making me feel like the one that got away from me.
so
Madison. Actually, no, I'm going to drop a fucking name. Madison Rebecca Yoder. If you ever listen to this, please get a hold of me. I'm sorry for everything. I just want to say I'm sorry, and I want to make sure you're doing okay.
I can
Madison Rebecca Yoder.
I completely relate. Cassie E. Holt is her name, and
Cassie Holt.
E. Holt.
Cassie E. Holt.
H-A-A-L-T. But I dated her for nearly 3 years, and
That's a good little stint.
I cheated on her, and I obviously felt terrible about it.
Yep.
That's my high school sweetheart.
Let me guess. If you're that similar to me, did you cheat on her before you knew what you had?
I knew what I had, but it was one of those things where this girl had a boyfriend, and
Oh, well, that's a whole different thing. There's
he
still a cap on that, asshole. Look, you still have a cap on there, goofball.
I didn't notice there was a cap on it, man.
Because you're a goofball.
her boyfriend had happened to fall asleep, and she came on to me and whatever.
Oh, dude.
We had
The
sexual.
story's already bumming me out.
I mean, dude, just even explaining it like really hurts my heart. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, obviously, like I said, it hurts my heart. Like, I didn't make that decision out of like spite or anything like that.
It was spur of the moment,
It definitely was spur of the moment, and I lost what I couldn't imagine I could have lost.
Yeah. No, I'm with you there, man. I really truly wish that I could have made it work with Maddie, because Maddie was actually sitting with my mother when I walked on graduation.
To give you
They screamed my name, and my mom just found pictures of us going to like her art show or whatever, and I saw the pictures. I'm like, oh, dude,
to give you some perspective.
so good. It's like this is the perfect fucking woman, man.
To give you perspective, like, this girl, like, she knew I cheated on her, and she told her parents that, like, we just broke up or whatever, and, like, we had disagreements, which isn't true, and
Well, I'm sure she kind of like took some liberties talking about it, because in case y'all got back together, she definitely didn't want her parents to hate you.
Of course.
yeah, like, she never told her parents what I really did, and, like, to this day, like, man,
That hurts, man. I get you.
it hurts my soul. Like,
Now get this.
it's one of those things where, like, if I died tonight, like,
Spartans.
I would die with a lot of weight on my soul, like
Spartans.
Spartans.
No, one person says Spartans, and the other, everybody else has to go, "Ow."
I didn't necessarily cheat on her because, like, I wasn't satisfied or I wasn't fulfilled. It was one of those things where, like,
It was a convenience thing, and I'm about to agree with you,
well,
because I'm just waiting until I get.
this girl that I cheated with, she already had a boyfriend, and, like, she had a crush on me all of high school. And,
This
like,
is dangerously close to my fucking story.
I gave her some closure. Like, her boyfriend was sleeping in the living room when I fucked her in the bedroom, like, type shit. Like, he was in the same fucking household as me.
All right.
But
All right.
at the end of the
I didn't
day,
even know about that, Jaiden.
I made a really bad decision. I mean, I'll regret it till I fucking die.
As you've said.
There's no other way I could put it. Like, even to this day, I still love this girl with all of my heart. Like, it's a reason I don't sleep with random women. Like, I couldn't really physically describe it. Like I was saying though, like, I couldn't physically describe, like, how much this woman meant to me. And, like, even though I fucked up, like, at the end of the day, I spent 3 years with this woman, and, like,
Yeah.
I would spend more than 3 more years with this woman.
All right. So, okay. I'm sorry to cut you off.
No,
but,
go ahead,
But
go
you're
ahead.
you're kind of repeating yourself.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Say what you need to say.
But with Maddie, the thing is that I actually met her at one of my friends' Sweet 16 party, and it was in like the rich neighborhood, but she was like ultra goth.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'll just go, and we meet, and this girl, like who had the birthday party, set us up, and it's like, apparently I was sexy, because Maddie went up to her and said, "It's like, how do I get his attention?" It's like, "Oh, go up there and like rake the back of his neck, like that whole
Yeah.
oh."
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, and she did that. I'm like, "Hello," and we ended up spending the night in the hot tub together. Like, we didn't do anything, but like, we literally just fell asleep in the fucking hot tub together.
Yeah.
It was romantic as fuck.
Yeah.
And then
It sounds romantic as fuck.
I know, it was awesome. There was ice cubes involved and everything.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
In the pool.
Hey,
And the hot tub, dude.
The hot
Imagine
tub?
getting an ice cube
I
and then having it rubbed on you.
I gotta
and hot water.
I gotta spill my heart after this. Like I just gotta let you all know.
But the thing is that oh yeah, dude, I was fucking sprung right then and there. And the thing is that at the time
you loved that girl. You loved her.
I didn't know it at the time.
But you
If I
loved her.
did, oh dude, I still to this day I loved ice.
Audience, the ones that know astrological signs. These are two Pisces talking about shit right now.
Well, no, like I already called out. It's like, if we're gonna get monetized, it's like, Madison Rebecca Yoder, please contact me. I want to say sorry one more time.
Bro, you just name dropped.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
I did it earlier.
I wanna.
But
Fuck
no,
it.
let him finish. I wanna build off of it. Though,
So the
'cause
reason
I have
why
something to
the
say.
reason why that we broke up was I want to say like a year later. I tried to get my own apartment, and she wasn't completely supportive about it. Probably because she was definitely because she was wiser than me. And the thing is that my friend Jenna, who I had dated in middle school,
Jenna, what?
you don't know. This is down in Florida.
Okay.
My friend Jenna, I dated her in middle school middle school or early high school. And she had since become a lesbian.
Mm-hmm.
She found a guy that she actually liked, and she was nervous about being intimate. So, and the thing is that we would spend all night just driving around town because I had a Camaro and a good sound system. We would do that every night.
Let me know when you're finished with this story, because I got something to build.
Really?
Off of this. Yes.
I'll let you know when I'm finished.
Let Jaden get this topic off his hands.
I'm almost done.
shit.
I gotta spill my heart for real.
Well, so am I.
It's my no. I'm saying, like, when you're finished, just let me know, because I got
Okay.
some shit to let off.
Okay.
You gotta respect it, Kyle. You gotta
Exactly.
respect
No,
it.
I'm trying to.
I
I've
I
been
know.
respectful the whole time.
No, he's been respectful. I just want to say, like, when
No,
he's,
I didn't mean it for it to be like that.
when
I'm just
he's
saying.
done, I have something to build off this, because, like, I gotta let it out.
She's a lesbian. We rode around. She found a guy that she liked. We fucked just to make sure she was comfortable with it before I knew what I had with Maddie.
So you fucked a lesbian.
Yeah.
Awesome. Me too.
Be respectful. She's no longer with us.
Oh.
That Jenna.
That's
Well, that
pretty
just
dark.
made me feel really shitty about myself.
Yeah.
And her
really-
brother and her mother.
Kyle, that just made me feel really shitty about myself.
Well,
I didn't know that.
I told you about Jenna before.
Yeah, you did.
Just,
So
just
so
let
now
me know when you're done with this.
I will.
No, I'm not being disrespectful. I'm just.
I
saying.
know, but I'm trying.
Go ahead.
All right.
You're gonna edit it.
So that's what happened. That's the only time.
Hey, I just want to say, no, I'm sorry for interrupting you. I just want to say, like, spill your heart, please.
I'm trying to.
Because she's not around anymore, obviously, because, like,
No, Jenna was my best friend, and we told each other that if we
I
never
love to hear that, honestly.
It's a beautiful
sorry.
thing.
go, why don't you go ahead? Just go ahead. You.
Well, I just want to say, like, my high school sweetheart, she's still around, and, obviously I fucked up, like, I cheated on her with a woman that has a man, and she's still with that guy, and, I don't know if there'll ever be a day where, I don't regret the decisions that I made.
You understand that you've said this like 3 times already.
This is a very Pisces thing going on right now.
I don't know, though. I don't know if I've really said this specifically.
You want to pause and rewind? You're being a little repetitive is all I'm saying.
The thing is, like,
And you're about to say the same thing again.
no, I really made a big mistake.
That's number 5.
I mean, I don't care how many times I have to say it. Like, I think that the woman that needs to hear this is gonna hear this, and
She would have heard it a half hour ago, though.
whenever this is published, she'll hear it because I'm gonna post it on my story. But
Jaiden, you're my guy. I want you to know that, man.
I mean, I made a rough mistake. This woman had a boyfriend, and I had a girlfriend at the time. And I didn't make this mistake out of spite of that girl. I think that's the best way I could put it.
Yeah.
You
And
know,
that's the same way you put it a half hour ago, dude. I'm telling you, you're repeating yourself.
I really don't think I've said this before.
Dude, I can.
But I don't think I've said this, but I just need to say it. Like,
You said that too.
I think this girl needs to know,
5 minutes ago.
because she's probably gonna hear this.
2 minutes ago.
Man, I don't care how many times I have to say it.
I
Like,
do though. I'm sorry, but we're trying to have an audience, captivating conversation. If you're just gonna.
well, I didn't really go into depth.
You
Like,
did though. You did though.
I don't think I did.
Are you talking about when you cheated?
Yeah, I don't think I talked.
No,
about
you ended
this.
up. You ended up about it.
I don't think I did last night though.
No, I'm talking about 12 minutes ago. Every time you.
Well, the
I
whole.
understand your story.
I don't even
almost
think
not-
you've heard the
almost-
story.
No, you've already told it like 2 times though.
Okay, but here's the actual story. I just want to say it, and like, I hope you edit it if it really is that big of a deal.
No, I will. Trust me. But the thing is, I'm trying to give you subtle hints.
No.
And you keep on repeating yourself. This is not what I want to listen to.
Okay, but like at the end of the day, like, man, this girl really means that much to me. Like, even though she's not still in my life. Basically, like, I spent the night at this other girl's house that she was house sitting at. I don't think I've told this story on this podcast.
No, you're still telling the same story. You've been repeating yourself the entire time. The only new piece of information is that it was a house sitting situation.
Well,
That's
listen,
the only new piece of
listen.
information.
Kyle,
listen.
Take a shot.
Trying to listen.
Take a shot.
You can edit it. I'll help you edit it.
No, I don't want to have to. That's more work for me, dude.
Okay, but listen. So
I have been listening.
this girl was house sitting with her boyfriend.
I'll listen to it when I fucking edit it, dude. I'm sorry, but you need to make stories streamlined.
I haven't told this story on the podcast yet, though.
You're still telling it.
I haven't even finished it because you got up. I want you to hear it.
Really?
I want you to hear
I'll
it
hear
for
it
real.
when I-
Kyle, you're a loving person, and let Jaiden finish it.
Dude, he just keeps on repeating himself.
No,
It's not.
I promise you haven't heard the story.
Stop it and go back.
All right, hit pause. I seriously want you to hear it, Kyle. Though, like, dead ass. I'll help you record it or whatever. Like, just hit the space button. Honestly.
But you've already said you had one too many shots or whatever like that. I don't want to blame it on that, but please finish the story. Because
Okay.
I haven't finished like 3 of mine. So
No, you can finish your story after this.
I tried to.
I'll help you.
I want you to finish yours, please.
The best way I could describe the end of this story is, obviously I fucked up. It was
I'm fine.
it was completely my fault.
Don't
there-
get mad at me, Kyle.
There's no better way to describe it. I cheated on a girl that has a boyfriend. She still has a boyfriend. But I didn't. I mean, I don't know if you can relate to this. I don't know if you can relate to this. I didn't cheat out of spite, if that makes sense. I haven't said that yet, though, have I?
Yes. 5 times.
Have I?
Yes.
I've been
100%.
in and out this
100%.
entire time.
Dude.
I don't feel like I've.
By the way, Kyle, Nate got pissed off at me for going back up there and grabbing the cigs.
It's not my concern right now. I'm telling you, what you just said. You've said 5 times,
I don't feel like I
and
have.
then 3
Yeah.
times. About
You haven't, not 5 times, but you have repeated yourself.
Dude, it's
Okay, but
But I understand. I understand.
at the end of the day, I think it just shows like how much I really care about this woman. Basically, I fucked up. I cheated on her. She wasn't completely sure if I cheated on her or not. Obviously, I lied about it.
Jaiden, let me tell you something. Fuck it. You will find there's 7 billion plus girls in this world. You will definitely find the girl you've been looking for, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not
the girl that you've been unintentionally looking for. You will find.
I'm not holding on to it like that, but it's just like the type of connection that I had with this woman was just I can't even describe it.
That's understandable. Me and Kyle can definitely relate to that. You know? But on top
Put
of
your
that,
headset on, Kyle.
but on top of that with how relationships go, you have to look at it more like a logical sense. There's so many people in this world, so many girls in this world. We fuck up. We always fuck up. Everyone fucks up. We're not perfect. But the thing is, how you learn from that fuck up, how you learn from that situation, how you learn from that mistake, how you can bring that learning curve from that mistake into your next relationship.
I definitely agree with that.
Well, the best way I could describe it is like she didn't deserve it.
Yeah. No, with my last ex, I did the same exact shit. I fucked up
I'm
multiple
telling
times.
you, I didn't say this before. Like,
Dude, you have.
I didn't talk about it last night.
I'm not saying last night, dude, for the last time. You're making me repeat myself just like you are. You said it on this.
Jaiden, as from a homie to a homie, because you're my brother, bro, you have said this multiple times.
No, I have not.
Dude,
Like,
As far as bringing up Cass and bringing up your ex relationship, you have brought that up multiple
every time
times.
you say something, I show him
I understand.
a number to him.
Jaiden,
but I haven't explained it. That's what I'm saying.
You haven't fully explained it because you keep on backing up. And
explain the relationship.
So
finish it up.
the best way I could describe it is like
Best way I can describe it.
I truly love this girl. Like there's no other way to put it. Like it doesn't matter, like what the situation is.
Right.
Like it doesn't matter if she's with another guy. It doesn't matter. None of that shit matters to me.
Right.
At the end of the day, I hope that she's happy.
Yeah.
At
of
the
course.
end of the day.
That's all you can do when it comes to your significant other after a breakup or after a
If it's true love, then you want them happy.
After a split, you do want the best for them, but also
The best way I could put it is
us in this situation, we grow from it.
yeah,
we have to
for
grow
sure,
from it.
for sure.
Yeah, of
The
course.
best way I could put it is I made a mistake and I shouldn't have.
Yeah.
I
sense.
should not have made the decisions that I made. I obviously lied about it to her, and honestly, this may be the first time that she hears that I lied about it.
Isn't it?
It's definitely not the first time that we've heard it.
Isn't it interesting to think about the concept of a relationship, the concept of being with someone for a long period of time, the concept of You're not looking at
You
other
could almost
people.
trade that term.
But it's such a primitive thing.
You could almost trade the term concept to construct.
Of course. Right. Like, I feel like us as gentlemen, us as guys, we can't think of, us being in the shoes of a girl and their emotions, but like us as guys, we can mutually agree on the fact that we are horny. We are always wanting to look at other
It's
females.
human nature, dude.
It's a very primitive thing.
It's a primitive need and like genetically coded
Right.
into us for us to spread the seed
Right,
as
right.
often and as much as possible.
Of course.
Because there was so much, babies would be eaten by saber-toothed tigers
Right,
back then. But the thing is that now that we're more civilized,
and more sophisticated.
then
we have to-
now there's more standards.
And then when we have a kid,
And
it's
then
like you go to
it-
court, and then you
it-
start thinking about child support. And then
It
you start thinking
complicates
about-
things now.
Right. You start thinking about co-parenting, but it's
I thought
like
you said co-porn.
what am I, Lana Rhodes?
No, I thought you meant like watching porn with your wife.
No, people do that.
Been
They
there,
do.
done that.
But the thing is, though, man, for Kyle, for Jaiden, for me, it is a very primitive thing, and there's always another girl looking at you. There's always another girl
Lies.
wanting something.
Okay.
Lies.
No, there is.
No,
there's
no.
7 billion plus girls. You can't tell me
But
that there's
but
one
I
girl
wanna
for each
I want to
man.
build off that because it's different. Like I think you could definitely relate because you married a woman. It's different when
Here, we need to take a shot off this.
No, we don't. No, we don't.
No,
No, we don't.
We need to converse before.
I'll take a shot by myself.
No.
Yeah, go ahead and do that.
Yeah, you can go ahead and do that by yourself. We
Kyle, Jaiden, I love you all.
Love
I
y'all
want you to know
too.
this. Kyle,
I
I want
didn't
you to
even-
know something.
I didn't
my
even
homie.
finish my fucking Madison
You're
story.
my homie. I love you. Jaiden, you're my homie.
Go
I
ahead,
love you.
just go ahead and take your shot because I want to get this off my chest.
Go ahead.
I think it's different for every man. It just depends on the woman that, you end up spending a lot of time with. I don't know the woman that Kyle spent a lot of time with. I don't know the woman that you spent a lot of time with. I know that the woman that I spent a lot of time with, I mean, I would trade anything to get it back.
How long were you and Cass together?
I mean, it was like 2 years and like 8 months, and that was from like my sophomore year to like past me graduating high school.
Fair enough.
And,
Sounds about the same as me and Maddie.
And it wasn't so much as like I didn't cheat on her out of spite. I didn't cheat on her because I didn't love her. I mean,
Shit happens.
a woman came on to me and
Dude.
shit happened.
Jaiden.
This is obviously the 5th time that you've said that.
I have not said that before.
Yes, you. Okay.
I promise you I haven't.
No, I will bet $10,000.
Pause it and go back. I guarantee you I haven't
$10,000
said it.
fucking dollars.
Pause it and go back. Pause it and go back. I promise you I haven't said that before.
Okay.
Jaiden, I can.
wanna do this?
I can respect what you were saying.
No,
No, I'm trying to be respectful,
Kyle,
dude.
I can.
This is
I
this
can
is
respect.
like 8 fucking times.
I can respect you. But the thing is,
it's because it's hard for me to describe how much this woman meant to me.
Fucking at least 10 times. I'm sorry. I know that you're hurting, and I know how much you feel for this woman, okay?
I love you.
I get it. Trust me, I get it.
I'm man enough to say it.
Dude, this is the...
Are you man enough to say that you missed the woman that you need?
I'm man enough to say that you've said that at least
Kyle,
half a dozen
Kyle,
times.
Kyle,
Play it back.
Kyle,
Play it back.
Kyle. I understand.
Dude, this is more work for me.
I will
I'll
be
hope
here.
you edit it. I already told you.
I'll be
this.
here. Jaiden will be
You
here.
you want to give
Kyle,
me more
Kyle.
fucking...
Think
Pause-
about this. This
pause
is
it
a
and play it
third.
back.
This is a first world problem. We're just gonna be editing something.
No,
I
I just want to...
understand. The man is drunk.
Dude,
Let
we're
him get
trying
it.
to do a fucking
Pause
podcast
it.
that's
Kyle,
supposed to be...
Kyle.
No! Listen to me.
Pause it.
We're
please.
we're trying to do a fucking podcast that's entertaining. If
You're
you wanted to
making-
listen to it on a fucking loop, you get a record. Okay? I'm sorry. I
Pause it.
understand that you missed the woman, okay? I respect that. I'm trying to listen.
Pause it.
Will you fucking let me finish for one time?
Pause it. I'm telling you, I haven't said that before.
Jaden, listen. Let me speak.
No, I'm done.
Let me speak.
No.
Jaden, you have talked about Cass for a minute.
I
I understand it, but I understand.
For the last,
let's-
at least the last half hour.
Let's go up into a different topic.
Well, pause it is what I'm saying and play it back.
You've said every.
How many
motion
times
can
have you
say.
said pause it?
He's acting,
You already said already that you've had too much
pause
whiskey.
it and we'll play it back.
Listen
Kyle,
to me.
Kyle, please don't
You
react.
said you said you had.
Pause it.
Please,
and play
Kyle,
it back.
don't react.
No,
don't,
I'm not going to try
Kyle.
and reason with him. There's no reasoning.
Kyle, don't react in that way. This is a negative way. We are a good podcast. We provide good quality content.
No,
Just don't do that.
the main thing is I'm saying play it back and fucking play it back. If I've said it 10 times, then you'll count 10
I
times
understand.
that I've said it.
We're all just drunk as fuck right now. Let's agree.
I'm not.
Me and Jaden, I'm definitely.
I'm pretty
I'm
fucking
definitely
clear-headed, dude. I'm telling you right now.
Then
But
pause it and
let's
play
go
it
into a
back
different
and we can
subject.
hear
I don't need to prove anything to you, dude.
You can't say that I've said it 10 times
Jaden,
and then not
Jaden.
No,
pause
the
it.
Let's go into
audience
a different
will.
Subject. Let's go into.
I will.
different
I
subject.
will not edit this, and then the comments will fucking advocate me.
Then play it back. Why would
I would like to bring up.
I'm not going to listen to the last 45
Listen,
minutes
Kyle.
again.
Kyle.
I've already heard you say
Kyle.
it for 45 minutes again
Let's
and
take a
again.
break. Let's
You
take a
understand?
Kyle.
You understand how redundant that is?
Let's take a break. Let's
yeah,
take a break.
But my
Fucking
main thing
shut it
is-
off.